Make no mistake, AI video is here, but is it a blessing or is it a curse? In today's video, we're going to explore the drawbacks and the benefits of AI video. Stick around. All right, so let's start off with the pros and the cons of this thing. Let's start off with the pros first. Let's be positive. Number one is fast. AI video is extremely fast. You can have an idea, you can have a concept, and this thing bangs it out in 2 minutes. Whereas opposed to if we had to actually manually make the video, we got to come up with the idea and the storyboard, maybe sometimes the script, shot list, editing, right? Maybe post-production, different vertical formats, horizontal formats. So it takes, the post-production part takes time. The pre-production takes a little bit more time as well. So again, you can have an idea, just bang out and churn content left and right. So that's first and foremost. Number two, it is efficient. Now, efficient in the fact that whatever message you want to deliver, you can just feed this thing a text script and it just delivers it the way you want it to do it, right? I want this kind of tone, I want from this person, I want this exact message going out. So it's extremely efficient in that way, as opposed to when you're working with actors or when you're working with people. They're gonna have takes, they're gonna have cuts, they're gonna have all kinds of different stuff going on. It's gonna take longer, right? So again, it's more efficient, so you can duplicate the messaging a lot faster. And whereas, like I said, communication, it's 9% words, right? It's a lot of tone, a lot of body language. So when you have a robot do it, it's a lot more efficient to get pinpoint on what we want to deliver. Aside from tone, I will say tone gets a little stuffy on AI, but we'll get into that with the cons. Number three, versatile. It is versatile in the sense where you can swap models out. You can swap models, you can swap scenery at the click of a button. So like I said, you're getting a lot of versatility, a lot of efficiency, and you're getting it in a very short amount of time, right? So if you sit down and put 2 hours to creating videos, you probably can get around 6 months worth of videos to ready to bang out on your socials, right? Number four, cost friendly. Compared to big budget, it's very, very cost friendly, right? Compared to like having a team and having people and a lot of manual hands touch this thing, this is just one software, it's dedicated, and you just bang out videos at a fixed cost, right? So AI is great in that sense, right? But again, it's how you use the video, right? So what are you gonna be doing with it? And I think AI makes it a little bit easier to knock out some basic videos to where you're not really doing anything big with them. I think they're great for little filler pieces of content. So the cons of this thing, number one, it's not human, right? When we're talking about video, especially the way we look at video, right, in the form of business, when you talk about, having AI do something big where you're trying to create emotion or you're trying to create, some sort of feeling, you're not going to get there from a robot. You're going to get that from a person. There's a reason why actors act in movies and they're not replacing actors with robots, right? Maybe animation, that's a different subject. Number two, no tone. Now again, body language and tonality are the bulk of every kind of communication, right? And if we're talking about video, we're talking about a form of communication, right? Marketing and sales, we're talking about a form of communication. So when you have something that cannot produce any kind of tone, the communication is going to suffer. No matter how efficient the messaging is, the communication is going to suffer because the tone and the actual message is delivered through tone and body language, right? Like my mother used to tell me, she used to call my name different ways. She would say, Samuel, or she would say, Samuel, right? Which means I was in trouble, right? If I did something wrong. Oh, I did something wrong. So same word, but it's just different tone, right? How you say it. Samuel, Samuel, totally different, right? Like, so that is where you get hung up with the robots, man. There's no tone, there's no human element to it, right? Number three, no creativity. When you have everybody banging out AI videos, everything starts to look the same. Now this is where video comes in really, really handy because video can separate you in a lot of ways from your competitors. The way you make things, the way you sell your products or services, the way you showcase that stuff. If it's coming from a place of genius, if it's coming from a place of creativity, you get really, really cool different stuff. I mean, think about all the movies that we love to watch, like your favorite movies. They're your favorite for a reason. In every genre, in the drama genre, in the comedy, in the romance, like you have your favorites for a specific reason. Now, despite all the confusion with or the efficiency with the AI, if all your competitors were doing this, everything would start to sound the same. And then nobody stands out in a crowd, right? Think about, especially if you're in a competitive market, how do you separate yourself when everything starts to look the same, right? So there's no creativity in this thing. It's not cool in that sense. Number 4, looks. Final product looks, man. Like how does it feel? How does it look? Look/feel. We'll put that in that. Like how does certain things feel? Like how does the video make you feel? Or how did the message make you feel hearing it from a robot? Or from an actual person, where we set environment, we set proper lighting, we set proper props in there, maybe proper actors in there, whatever it is, however we shoot the video for whatever purpose, it's gonna, when you do it legit, it's going to have a specific feel to it. It's gonna have a specific, your customer, your demographic is gonna feel something from it. Right, so that's what we kind of want to project when we start to do, when we start to talk about videos that live on the internet forever. And again, like the way we look at it is business, right? It's going to thicken the marketing funnel and it's going to help the sales team lower the conversions. That's how we use video. We use it in a business sense. So when you can't have your customers feel something, it's harder for them to take action to do something, and it's harder to get closer to your brand. It's harder to stay loyal to your brand if you're doing generic stuff, right? And now think about internally. Now, if you're using videos for internal sales teams, onboarding, things like that, what does that say about the culture, right? Brings me to number 5, brand and culture. Now, brand and culture, this is huge because, like I said, if you have internal trainings, they're going to say something to your employees. Now, if you're trying to build a brand, that is going to say something to your customer. So, let's take internal first. Internal, when you start to have internal trainings and it's AI and it's video that way, that honestly, what does it say, right? The unspoken word is I don't give a shit. Like, dude, who cares? We didn't spend any effort on this. Like, we don't care if you stay or don't. Like, how do you build a culture when training comes from a robot? It should come from the managers, some sort of a C-suite executive, some sort of person, some sort of a leader in that space who you can actually go out there and talk to. Hey, I seen that video. I had a question about this thing though, right? Not a robot, right? So how do you can't build culture if it's internally. Now, when you're building a brand and you're shooting videos like I'm shooting right now, you need a person behind that, especially if it's going on social media, right? Social media is very personable. And a brand is very personable. So you want to make sure that the person behind the brand, whoever's representing the brand, everybody on your team, there's somebody there to actually do that, right? Not a robot. It's hard to build brand when you got robots doing videos. Because I'm like, who is this person? Somebody from some random part of the world, like that we don't know? Like, is somebody in the basement? Like, is this a phishing scam? Like, I don't know. So it raises a lot of red flags when you're using robots for this. I think for me, this is the biggest one. I think this one and this one, because I think both the non-human thing and the brand and culture they kind of go hand in hand, right? There's really just that piece of it. Like, what are you trying to accomplish, right? Every video should be trying to accomplish something. And again, we look at it as a business tool. So if we can't have a business tool that's going to live forever and constantly thicken that funnel and constantly warm prospects and constantly lower conversions, then, dude, why do a video at all, right? A video we don't need to be on social media, or we don't need to be advertising if we're not going to be trying to bang the register here. So again, a lot of pros to the AI thing, tons of cons to the AI thing. I don't know, that's just my I'm biased, right? At this company, we took a love for cinema and film, and we took a love for sales, and we just kind of married them. So I think I'm a little biased in this section, but you let me know. What do you think? Is AI video good or is it bad? Let me know in the comments.